Well, I guess today was the day to figure this shit out. I think this should be going up as a short. Theoretically, it should work. In theory, I've done the correct things, I think. She Clintoned the stream. Oh no, I was just responding, and then my phone was like, "Your phone needs to cool down before you can use it." And I was like, "Well, hello, good evening. 'Tis I, Polzigo." This is actually good because like there's no fucking way I'm gonna be able to do like outside streams after the fucking early morning. From here on out through the rest of the summer, it's gonna be this or nothing. So I'm hoping I can get chill like I normally do. I really hate being in here. I don't hate being in here. I'll be honest with you guys. I don't like my fucking office. Okay, my office is sandwiched in a tiny little bedroom that looks like it's made for like a kindergartner. It is literally like tiny little room. And it was one of two tiny rooms that weren't the master bedroom, and so I tucked myself in here and it just feels cramped and claustrophobic, and I don't like the lack of options that I have for my backgrounds and stuff, and I just can't fucking hang, bro. And this heat wave is no joke, bro. People are gonna fucking croak out here. 115 3 days in a fucking row is no buenos. So yeah, I don't know how that's gonna fucking work out for human beings, but we'll see. I guess, maybe. Damn it, I don't have my fucking glasses out here. Fucking squinting. All right, hold on. Okay. Oh, look at that. I can see you guys now. Isn't that great? Just looked 102 Fresno. Yeah. I mean, it's fucking 1:30 in the afternoon. So do the math on that fucking shit, bro. You need more natural light, Paul. What? So I have granular control over my lights. So let's see. What would be more natural? What do I need to do? Does it need more warmth? Less warmth? There's a little blue shift, right? If I go too dark because of the monitor glow. If I go too bright, I look like Casper the Friendly Ghost. So usually I go somewhere in here. Use the sun. I mean, yeah, usually I'm outside in the sun. I was just outside streaming in the sun and my phone fucking overheated. No, I'm outside every fucking day. I've got a tan now, so I don't want to hear your shit. Look at this. Look at I've got a farmer's tan where my watch is. You want see this shit. Look at it. Read it and weep. Okay? That's what we call a tan. Okay? I've actually got a fucking tan. So suck my balls. I ain't got no type. Bad bitches is the only thing that I like. Fucking farmer's tan and the whole nine, bro. The whole 9 yards. How the hell is it 20 degrees cooler in LA? Does that make that? Yes, the basin makes that much of a difference because it's open to the ocean, and the valley is not. The valley is shielded from direct contact with ocean cool air, like cooling ocean air, by the coastal range. and it's buffeted by an even taller range, the Sierra Nevadas, which makes it a deep desert. It's in a huge rain shadow, et cetera, et cetera, et cetera. 115 is unbearably hot. It's like you can't be outside for more than a couple minutes and you need to be making your way indoors. Like I'm sitting in my house right now and I'm hot and I've got the AC on. I'm gonna have to go fucking turn the AC up. I don't need to be wearing headphones either. That's nice. That's gonna help me be comfortable. It's gonna have to chug for a while and fucking try its best to get some cool air fucking pumping through here. It's fucking dog shit. I can't sit here and sweat in my own fucking house, bro. Can't do it. I may have to like escape somewhere for a couple of days, dude. I may have to like book a fucking hotel somewhere up in the mountains and like, you know, be out there in the fucking mountains. I could not do those temps. PNW supremacy. You guys had those temps last year. You guys cracked 102 and a bunch of people died because you don't have AC. How about that PNW supremacy now? How you feeling now? Yeah, dude, I lived in the PNW, bro. I know what it's like to have no fucking AC and it cracks 95 degrees. I know what that's like. You can't fucking lie to me, you dirty little snake. We don't talk about that. Oh, of course you don't. I know what's what. You can't fucking get one by me. I'm an ex-resident, okay? What's the coldest temp you experienced? I've experienced minus 27. Coldest I ever experienced was in a town called Cedar City, Utah, in the middle of winter. It was like November. And I think it got to minus 10 or 15. It was the way I explain it to people is like I've been in cold, right? It'll get down to like 20 or 10 degrees sometimes, rarely where I'm at. And that's cold. That's like biting cold. You got to bundle up, right? Minus 10, minus 15, somewhere in that zone, right? As soon, it doesn't matter what you're wearing, right? As soon as you walk outside, your fight or flight instinct kicks in. Doesn't matter how bundled up you are or how warm you got yourself before. As soon as that first biting sub-zero wind hits you, your brain will tell you to turn right around and go back where you came from. It's the craziest fucking thing. It's like repellent in an odd way because it's just literal death, you know. You stay out in it, it's literal death. So, yeah, pretty crazy. 105 in Kansas City. That's got to be miserable. How's your day? Sweltering hot. Unbelievable sweltering heat is how my day is. Was just going to the store and I felt like I was stabbed all over my skin and lips, became purple. I'm from Norway. Oh, is it winter for you guys now? Thought it was winter in the southern hemisphere. Or am I wrong? I don't fucking know how that shit works out, man. Maybe it's still just cold as tit in Norway in the summer. Or was it the heat that made your fucking lips blue? Hi, blind programmer. What up, dog? Is the phone okay? It's fine. Yeah, the phone kicks in like it'll like shut itself off if it overheats, and it was in the shade and everything. It just was not able to cool itself out there. It's happened to me before. This is just the first time on my new phone that it's happened. But as soon as it cools down, it'll come back. It's just fucking crazy, dude. It's so hot. It's like I turned my AC on just so I could get a little air moving in here. Turned it up, I mean, or down, I guess. And it barely feels like it's doing anything. It's just like do nights cool off at least? Not enough. I mean, it'll be 90 degrees at 10 o'clock. By midnight or 1, it might be down to like 80 or 75, maybe if you're lucky, down to the 70s. But it'll stay right in there. And then by the time the sun's coming up, it's 80 degrees by 8 a.m. and it's 90 degrees by 9 and it's 110 degrees by fucking noon, you know? Put my phone on a steel plate. I could wrap my phone in like an ice pack, like one of those things that I put on my back when my back is sore. Bring one of those out and just like prop it up against it, you know, get a little chill out. That might like crack it or break something in there. Like the temperature extremes might crack it. That's probably a bad idea. Category 4 in June is insane. Yeah. No, they're saying it's going to be a worse season than the year that Katrina hit. Saying it's going to be the worst hurricane season on record, pretty much. And it's not going to stop. Like next year will be worse. Like when, dude, the fucking water off of Florida is literally like bath water temperature. It's like 98 degrees. It's like the ambient temperature of the human body. And that heat is what makes hurricanes. So there's gonna, like, I think you guys, like, here's a conspiracy part of me, right? I think that everybody's it is a Cat 5, and I think it either has hit or is going to hit Jamaica very soon. So, uh, I'm not a praying person, but if you are, you might want to pray for Jamaica today because people are gonna fucking die. But yeah, dude, I think that what's going to happen is some hypercane is going to fucking happen. Like there's going to be 2 storms that smash into each other in the Gulf and create some fucking Cat 6, and that's going to fucking sweep inland into Florida, and it's going to devastate somebody. It's going to come into Georgia, or it's going to come into Missouri or fucking Louisiana, and it's just going to sweep away a town. Like I literally think that's where we're headed. I think it's just going to be like driven so insane by the heat, by the water conditions and all that. Yeah, the Caribbean's fucking done, bro. People there are already dirt poor, have nothing. You know, you're talking about the Dominican Republic, Jamaica, Haiti. These are not good places, man. These are not good places to be a normal person, and they're just done. They're in the equatorial zone that is going to be uninhabitable in probably less than 10 years. While they are there, they're going to be getting hit with more and more ridiculously overpowered hurricanes. All the dummies that moved to Florida in the last 4 years, dude. Florida's water table is literally I read a news story the other day because somebody said something in here about how Florida's water table has sunk so low because the like tides have come up so much that all of the drinking water reserves in Florida are starting to become brackish. That means salty, like the ocean. Well, you can't drink, right? You can't drink brackish water. And so like Florida is wondering like if it's going to have to completely import fresh water from another state or shut down or like build giant desalination plants so that they can pull water out of the ocean. Like Florida's about to be double, triple fucked. It's sinking, bro. Like people are buying houses down there and shit. And it's just like, dude, I would never in a million fucking years. You know, you can't even get homeowners insurance if you buy in certain parts of Florida because they're just like, chances are this motherfucker's going to get blown over and it's a bad deal for us. So nope, too much risk. Paul, if humans can't stop fissile fuel, do you think governments around the world institute one-child policy to reduce it? No. Yeah, China's one-child policy has actually murdered that country. So I don't know if you're everybody in here. I'm sure Blind Programmer probably is, but you guys have heard of demographic collapse? This is something that's happening the world over, except for Africa and certain parts of the Middle East. We have a shrinking population. The birth rate is not exceeding the death rate. And this is more stark in Asian countries than it is here in the United States. You're starting to see this be a real problem in places like South Korea, China, and especially Japan. China's one-child policy basically destroyed the country. It was harshly enforced, and now there's not enough people living in China that are of, normal breeding age to bounce the population back. It's slowly dwindling, and it's going to keep dwindling because there's really nothing they can do to stop it. So yeah, I mean that it's something that never gets talked about because I think it's farther in the future that you're going to start seeing this, and it's actually going to give a positive bounce at some point. Like demographic collapse, if it just continues unabated, is going to feel like positivity soon. It's going to be like there's less people, there's less fucking competition for resources, there's less this, there's less that. But the idea of just nobody's coming here, nobody's doing anything here, nobody's setting down roots here. The people that do aren't having children here, and it's like you say, oh, I know people that have kids. It's like, yeah, but like the amount of people that are of childbearing age now that have decided they're not having kids, it's fucking astronomical. It's off the charts. Why is that bad? It's bad because it means that you have a dying population. It means that you have an aging population. So it means that the average person in your population is getting closer to 50 plus. You know what that means, right? It means nobody can have babies. That means there aren't enough young people to breed and keep the population from dying out. And that's happening all over the West. It's happening in Europe. It's happening in North America. It's happening in Canada. It's not really happening much in Central and South America and Mexico that I'm aware of, but it might be. I know it's rampant in Asian countries right now. Why is exactly is that a bad thing? Well, I mean, like, look, you have a country that requires a certain amount of people to run it, and you have an economy built on constant growth. So it means demographic collapse means economic collapse. It means industrial collapse. It means supply chain collapse. There are going to be, like, when I say that the average person in China is creeping towards 50, do you understand what that means? 50-year-old people can't do everything 20-year-old people can do. In addition to not being able to have children most of the time, like 50-year-old people, I mean, I guess 50-year-old men can still follow their children. But yeah, demographic collapse is economic collapse. Economic collapse is devastation. I mean, we're living on the razor's edge here under capitalism, and there's no plan to replace it. There's no plan to reinvigorate the fucking human population in these places, or to at least stabilize it, right? Or let's let it reduce by 10 or 15% over the next 200 years, and then let's step in. Or there's nothing, right? It's just, it's just dying. We're just dying off. There's less and less people having less and less children. That's a progressively worse and worse problem. Well, isn't less humans mean less demand for resources, which then mean less demand for things that are ruining the climate? Yes, but it also means less people to make the things that people do need. It means less doctors. It means less lawyers. It means less judges. It means less cops, less teachers. It means less of everybody. You're talking about an aging population. You're talking about a population where the average person is 5 years or 10 years from retirement age. How do you keep your fucking shit going with that? I mean, it's been a lot in the news lately, hasn't it? Like what happens to old men, how their competency and their skills kind of collapse and fold in on themselves at a certain point. So you extrapolate that out to the idea of an aging population, you start to see what the problem is, right? This economy is choking the younger generation to death, yes. The average age in the U.S. is 38.5, yeah, and it's up. Look at what it was in 1990. That's the point, right? By the way, 38.5, very close to the age that a lot of women stop being able to have children. What do you think that happens when that creeps up to 40 or 44? You see what I'm saying? Ruh-roh, now the average person, the average woman in your population is too old to bear children naturally. Ooh. You're going to die at 28? I didn't. I've been stoner coughing my fucking heart out since I was 13, and I'm still alive, man. I'm still kicking. 44 now. I wouldn't want to be in a middle-aged womb. Wouldn't want to be in a middle-aged womb, 'cause that's like being locked in a tomb. A dusty old tomb with rusty walls and a nasty load of sperm from some old wrinkled balls. That sounds like a good country song. They should write that. I should write that song. Yeah, dude, locked in a prune. Oh, we should subsidize mothers then. Should we? See, I'm of two minds on this, blind programmer. I'm of two minds on this, right? There are two ways, I think, to reduce suffering overall in the long term for human beings. Number one, to fight like hell with everything I got while I'm here to try and get people to fucking see the need for us to divest ourselves from the circus of this completely subverted political system and just start demanding our rights from this government and demanding that this government change, or else the economy shuts down, or else the rich people need to watch their fucking backs. You know, we need to start doing these protests where we're showing up at billionaires' front doors and just camping out, showing up at justices' front doors and just camping out, bro, till the cops come and chase us away. And you know where we all go? Instead of going home, we all fucking find a secondary spot. We go to the next justice's house. We make them kick us off of every fucking lawn, and we just do it in a rotation. There need to be millions of people doing this all over the country. There need to be people down in the fucking National Mall. There need to be people down in Wall Street. Zuccotti needs to get occupied again. The whole fucking thing needs to start up, right? So that's one. That's one way of reducing suffering as I see it. Getting people woken up to the fact that we're fucking already over the cliff, and we can either try and sew ourselves a parachute here and see if we can drift down, or we're going to crater, right? So we got to get people in that mindset, because that's where it's going. The fucking environment is collapsing. We have biodiversity collapse. We're living through the 6th mass extinction on planet Earth in its history. We're looking at demographic collapse. We're looking at economic collapse. We're looking at the collapse of housing market. We're looking at the collapse of supply chains. We're looking at the collapse of international peace agreements. We're looking, everything's falling, and everybody's just going like, this is fine. This is all right. We're going to be okay, right? Because Biden is going to fix it. AOC is going to save us, right? She's going to pull it up before we hit the ground, right? It's like, no, she's not. So we got to get people in that mindset, or fuck it. Hit the gas pedal, man. Hit the gas pedal. Let's all go hand in hand into that good night. As Rustin Cole said in fucking True Detective, brothers and sisters opting out of a raw deal. How about that? The Deus Ex Machina is not coming. The DNC is not going to reveal that it was playing 8D chess all along. That you're not going to ever get a good candidate through the DNC ever again. The chances of that died in 2020 when we allowed them to scalp Bernie twice for the second time. When we just let them get away with scalping Bernie for the second time and then coronating the old vampire that's now fucking about to drop the strap to Trump again, that was the last straw for a lot of people. It was definitely 100% the last straw for me. It was the last straw for me when they did it in 2016. When they rug pulled Bernie in 2016, I was done with the DNC. 100%. It's like, here's the one person in maybe a fucking lifetime that might be able to reverse course in this country and get some of the fucking shit on track. And we're just going to let the DNC rug pull him and put up Hillary. And remember the smugness? She didn't campaign. She actually fucking funded Trump's campaign because they figured he'll be the easiest one to beat. Yeah. I knew then that this organization had nothing to do with my best interests or anybody's best interests. And I knew then that my rhetoric needed to stop being about getting out the vote and start being about getting out the fucking activism. And that's what I've been doing 24/7, 365 since 2016. And people didn't listen. And now here we are. And it's fucking 4 months out from the election and everybody's hair is on fire. Everybody's coping. Everybody's seething. Everybody's malding. Everybody's et cetera-ing. And I've known it all along. And I've been fucking yelling it from the rooftops. And now everybody's going like, they didn't even look up and see me. They're just like, holy shit, I think there might be a fire. And I've been screaming fire since 2016, pointing at it, going. And now they're like, I think things might be fucked up. It's like, yeah. And you know what the greatest part about it is going to be, too? Like I said in the last stream, it's back to brunch. After Trump wins and everybody figures out that the nukes aren't going to fly day one and Project 2025 soldiers aren't going to fucking show up and round up every fucking gay leftist, right? As soon as they figure out that it's just going to be like fucking status quo shit, it's going to be back to brunch, and you're going to hear the same arguments you heard this year for Biden out of the same people that are now saying, we got to get rid of the DNC. DNC's fucking us. Biden must be replaced. This is ridiculous. All those people that flipped the script in the last fucking 48 hours are going to flip it again after Trump wins. They're going to tell you the next time the fucking presidentials and major nationals roll around, vote blue, down ticket blue. It's just going to be that. It never ends. You think they've learned. You think it. Because, like, dude, back in the fucking, like, 2012, you know what I mean? Those fucking earlier 2010s fucking electoral cycles, right? 2008. I remember thinking, like, okay, surely people have touched the hot stove of the DNC enough to know that we're being burned when we let them foist these shitty, unelectable candidates on us. Right? How many times we got to touch it, right? And I'd think next electoral cycle, the electorate's going to fucking wake up and quit touching the stove. And they never do. It's the same argument. You know, it's the fucking destiny argument over and over. Oh, yeah. But our guy fucking sucks. He's basically indistinguishable from Trump, but he's marginally, arguably might be better than Trump. So, my dude, the calculus is done. That's what you need to do. Go canvass. It's like, what? Canvass for what? Hitler? Canvas for what? The destruction of the Palestinians? Canvas for what? Jamal Bowman? You know? What's the point? People canvass their hearts out for AOC, Rashida Tlaib, Ilhan Omar. They're the worst fucking people in the goddamn house. They never once used their power to hold up any legislation and work as a voting block to get anything appended to any legislation. They've rolled over on Israel. They're all just fucking fakes, man. Like, what do you get? Project 2025 is the end of America. Okay, dude. Dun, 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 dun. Did you guys hear Newt Gingrich is making this thing called the Contract with America? But if you read it, it's more like a contract with big business. This is the end of democracy if we let these fucking Republicans win. If we let these Republicans win, if we let them win, guys, in 2000, Newt Gingrich and that fucking right-wing Congress is going to institute martial law, round up all the gays, and kill everybody. And it'll be on you if you don't vote for the shit lib. You sound like a cartoon character. Cool. Well, tell other people that so I get work as a voice actor. Because I'd like that. I'd like to do voice acting work someday. That'd be fun to try out at least. I'm a trained actor, so I've got that. I just need to learn how to do the voice thing. It was the end of democracy when Reagan won. I mean, yeah, you can go back even further than that. It was the end of democracy when, fucking Nixon just continued the war when he ran on stopping it. And then fucking the same thing happened when Nixon was impeached and Ford got into office briefly. And then the same thing happened when the Democrat got into office. Instead of fucking paring down our Vietnam response, he escalated it. More people died under Johnson than all the other presidents combined in that war. So, and Johnson's also a great, because I saw people coping in a Vosh comment section talking about Lyndon B. Johnson. They're like, well, why did Johnson step down? And somebody was like, well, it certainly wasn't because the electorate turned its back on him. And I was like, yeah, it was. It was because the entire movement that was parked in the fucking National Mall said, we're not voting for that lying cunt Johnson again. He's a murderer. He's a baby killer. Fuck him. And so he saw the writing on the wall, and with great humility and class, he stepped the fuck down and got out of the way. That DNC is dead. Along with the politics style of Lyndon B. Johnson, which used to actually get shit done. That DNC is long dead. The only argument for allowing this corpse to win, allowing him to win? You're hoping he wins. There's no allowing him to win. There's hoping that he doesn't lose, right? The numbers are shifting. Dude, I told people, because like the first flash polls came out and there was not a huge bump for Trump after the fucking debate, and people coped. The libs coped. They were like, see, nothing happened. Nothing happened. It's like, dude, you realize that it takes 2 weeks for that type of fucking polling data to be collated and sink in with the American people. Now, the medium distance polling data is coming out, and fucking Biden's tanking. And everybody's hair is on fire. What are we going to do? You're right. I saw it on TV in real time. Back then, young people stood on principle and ran from home, protested, and now they're on dog leashes. Yeah. And not even that, but now they have no fucking skills that would let them survive, hitchhiking across the country or carpooling across the country with no idea where you're going to get your money, or, you know what I mean? Like that requires a little bit of fucking like street smarts that kids don't have. All those hours and hours and hours playing fucking like Plants versus Zombies and Pokemon and shit. That doesn't really do much for the real world. Like you can't like go, running through tufts of grass and, scare up an Ivysaur if you're hungry. You know what I mean? That doesn't really help you. Knowing how to throw a Pokeball at a fucking Snorlax, that doesn't really help. Kids don't fucking do shit anymore, and they're stupid. I'm sorry to say it, but I checked 18 plus on this. There should be none of them in here. Kids are fucking stupid. You want me to back that? Let's take a look. Let's go some illiteracy numbers for you. I'll tell you what that looks like from my generation to now. How about that? Literacy in the United States. Okay. Literacy in the United States was categorized by the National Center for Education Statistics into different literacy levels, with 92% of American adults having at least level 1 literacy in 2014. Nationally, over 20% of adult Americans have a literacy proficiency at or below level 1. Adults in this range have difficulty using or understanding print materials. Those on the higher end of this category can perform simple tasks based on the information they read, but adults below level 1 may only understand very basic vocabulary or be functionally illiterate. According to a 2020 report by Gallup, based on the U.S. Department of Education, 54% of adults in the United States lack English literary proficiency. In many nations, the ability to read a simple sentence suffices as literacy and was the previous standard for the U.S. The definition of literacy has changed greatly. The term presently is defined as the ability to use printed and written information to function in society, to achieve one's goals, and to develop one's knowledge and potential. The United States Department of Education assesses literacy in the general population through the National Assessment of Adult Literacy, NAAL. The NAAL survey defines 3 types of literacy. Prose, the knowledge and skills needed to search, comprehend, and use continuous texts. Examples include editorials, news stories, brochures, and instructional materials. Document, the knowledge and skills needed to search, comprehend, and use non-continuous text in various formats. Examples include job applications, payroll forms, transportation schedules, maps, tables, and drug and food labels. And then quantitative knowledge, the knowledge and skills required to perform computations, either alone or sequentially, using numbers embedded in printed materials. Examples include balancing a checkbook, figuring out tips. So this is all like real world shit. According to a 1992 survey, so I was 12 years old, about 40 million adults in America had level 1 literary competency, the lowest level, comprising understanding only basic written instructions. A number of reports and studies are published annually to monitor the nation's status and initiatives to improve literacy rates, blah, blah, blah. Okay. So let me see. Let's get some Department of Education shit. So in 1985, Jonathan Kozol wrote Illiterate America, ascribed the very high figures for literacy to weakness in methodology. Kozol noted that in addition to this weakness, the reliance on written forms would have excluded many individuals who did not have a literate family member to fill them out. Right. So the National Adult Literacy Survey, we talked about that in 92 here. So in 2003, the next NALL survey, the study included comparisons to the 1992 survey. Adults over 16 years of age were scored on their prose, document, and quantitative literacy. Although there was no significant change in prose and document literacy between 1992 and 2003, quantitative literacy improved. Hey, that was nice. The study maintained the practice of the 1992 National Adult Literacy Survey. Okay, so let's move forward. Report on the condition of education. So they never did another NAAL survey after 2003. So now we have the report on the condition of education, mandated by Congress. The annual condition of education report is done this, blah. Okay, let's see. International surveys, that's fine. Elementary school literacy. So this is what we're really talking about. Let's see. Okay. So in 2019, with respect to the reading skills of the nation's grade 4 public school students, 34% performed at or above the proficient level. So that's only 34% of children in 2019 in 4th grade were proficient at reading, and 65% performed at or above basic. So that's partial mastery. The results by race ethnicity were as follows: Asian, 57% proficient, 82% basic. And that goes through every race. Of white, 44% proficient, 76% basic. 2 or more races, 40%, 72. National average, 34.65. So the national average in 2019 was 34% of 4th graders were not at the 34% of 4th graders were at the level of reading they should be, and 65% of 4th graders were below where they should be. Yep. So that's just a little bit from Wikipedia. Now, let me do some of this, because I read a couple of subreddits. Not that I think you should trust every goddamn thing you read on Reddit, okay? But there are a couple of subreddits for teachers. Let's see. Let's see. Yeah, see, it's summer for a lot of teachers now, so they're all like basking in the glow. Let's see. Let's do top. Let's just do top this year. Let's see what the top post this year is. Okay, here we go. 4 months ago, the top post made to our teachers this year. I'm just going to read it. And you can look this up. The public needs to know the ugly truth. Students are significantly behind. There was a teacher who went viral on TikTok when he stated that his 12 to 13-year-old students do not know their shapes. It's horrifying, but it does not surprise me. I teach high school, age range 15 to 18 years old. I have seen students who can't do the following. Read at grade level. Some come into my classroom at third, fourth grade level. These are students who cannot sound out words. Write a complete sentence. They don't capitalize the first letter of the sentence or the I's. They also don't have any idea about punctuation. I've seen a student write one whole page essay without a period. Spell simple words. They cannot add or subtract double digits. For example, they can't solve 27 minus 13 in their head. They also can't do it on paper. They need the calculator on their phones. They don't know their multiplication tables. They can't round numbers up and down. They can't graph. They can't understand the concept of a negative. They do not understand percentages. They cannot solve one-step variable equations. For example, if I tell them 2x equals 8, solve for x, they can't solve for it. They would subtract by 2 on both sides instead of dividing by 2. They can't take notes. They can't follow an example. They have a hard time transferring the patterns that they see in the example into a new problem. They have no research skills. The phrases they use to Google are too vague when they search for information. For example, if I ask them to research the 5 types of chemical reactions, they only type in reactions in Google. When I explain that Google cannot read minds and they have to be very specific with their wording, they just stare at me, confused. But even if their search phrases are good, they don't know how to click on the links. They just read the excerpt Google provides them. If the answer is if they cannot find the answer in the short excerpt on Google, they give up. Just because they know how to use their phones does not mean they know how to use a computer. They are not familiar with common keyboard shortcuts. They cannot type. Most students type using their index fingers. These are just some things I can name off the top of my head. I'm sure there are a few I missed here. Now, as a teacher, I try my best to fill the gaps, but I want the general public to understand that when the gap list is this big, it is nearly impossible to teach my curriculum. This is part of the reason why teachers are quitting in droves. You ask teachers to do the impossible and then vilify them when they don't achieve it. You cannot expect us to teach our curriculum efficiently when students are grade levels behind. Without a good foundation, students cannot learn more complex concepts. I thought this was common sense, but I guess it is not. So, kids love screens, but that was what she said. Just because you know how to skibbity scroll on a phone or an iPad doesn't mean you know how to sit down at a fucking PC and find something on it. Most kids don't even know how to use computers anymore, bro. Can't read, can't write, can't do basic math, can't do basic research. Kids are all right, Paul. It doesn't sound like they're all right. Sounds like they're stupid as fuck. Sounds like they're going to be completely and utterly unprepared for life. Just out of curiosity, before I fucking close the window, I'm going to see what the second most popular post this year was and see if it's anything different. Had a parent get upset over a trans field trip. I ruined the penis game. Notice students saying penis in the hallway, but it hadn't happened in my classroom until today. If you don't know, the penis game is basically a dare about who can penis the loudest. When it happened in my class today, rather than being shocked or angry, I laughed and told them that was a thing when I was in middle school as well. I told it, oh my God, she's trying to make fun. Lost my cool and said fuck in front of my students. Yeah. Teachers are fucking losing it, bro. They're losing it. Yeah, I remember the penis game too. We played that back in my day too. That's not a new thing. That's an oldie but a goodie. You know one that died and then it got replaced? We had one called Spondo. Anybody play Spondo? It was like literally like if you played Spondo, which means it was known that you play the game, then anything you were holding on to was fair game. Somebody could walk by and say, Spondo. And they'd take your pen, they'd take your fucking lighter out of your hand. You know, if you didn't fucking pay attention to what was in your hand, they'd just take it and say Spondo. Then you had to Spondo another pen, you know? Don't ask me, bud. Yeah, we still played dodgeball and like Foursquare and shit when I was in grade school. Oh, yeah. We smoked behind the building, smoked right on campus. But by the time we graduated, we could read, write, and do arithmetic, you know? Our 3 R's were in place, our reading, our writing, and our arithmetic. Oh, yeah, the Pen 15 Club, dude. You remember, yeah, the Pen 15 Club? You don't remember the Pen 15 Club? People would be like, dude, you got to join this new club, bro. It's Pen 15. They'd be like, how do I join? You just got to write Pen 15 on your hand with this marker. Pen 15. And then it looks like penis. And they go like, you're a fucking retard, bro. You got penis on your fucking hand. What a moron. Everybody, look at this dude wrote penis on his hand in fucking indelible marker. Or Pen Island. Yeah, we didn't have Pen Island at my school, but I heard that one like when I was back at a middle school when I worked for the school district years later. I heard Pen Island. Penis land. I know. Spell I cup. I know. Bloody Knuckles was a game. Open Chest. Did you guys ever play Open Chest? We played Bloody Knuckles and we played Open Chest in grade school and middle school. Open Chest was brutal, bro. Like if you were standing without your fucking arms crossed over your fucking chest, somebody could come up and punch you right in the chest and say, open chest, or slap you. Open chest. And you have to be like, ah, fuck. Yeah. And then we'd play Bloody Knuckles. It's kind of like a sack tap or whatever the fuck. We didn't sack tap back in the day. That was a little gay for us back in the fucking 80s and 90s, okay? We weren't ready for that level of the gay back in the 80s and the 90s, okay? We didn't sack tap. We open chested. Oh yeah, good old Wet Willie, or how about this one, an Indian rope burn? You ever had an Indian rope burn? Indian rope burn, bro. That was the torture move right there. When you were in grade school, it was the Indian rope burn, bro. That's how you did it. Grab somebody's arm with both your hands like this, and you twist 2 different ways with your hands. So you're like twist their skin one way with this hand and the other way, and like makes a rope, gives them a big old fucking twisty burn. Indian rope burn, Indian rope burn. Give it to them, give it to them. Nope, never played nothing snake bite. Dead leg. We used to play dead leg where they'd try and get a knuckle. They try and get a knuckle like this and dig it into your thigh. So they try and hit you like that, like strike you right in that like nerve that's right on the top of your thigh. And if they hit it right, it gives you dead leg. Yeah. Dead leg, dead leg, dead leg. You ever force a nerd into a corner and make them show their wiener? No. No, dude. No, sir. Yeah, dude, the soggy cracker. I mean, everybody played the soggy cracker. Come on. Come on, everybody. Let's be real in here. Everybody admit it, okay? You played soggy cracker. I'm kidding. I never played soggy cracker. Fuck's sake. Mushy cookie. Gross. Soggy biscuit. That's what they call it overseas. Soggy biscuit. You poor sons of bitches. Soggy biscuit. All the other kids used to play a game where they get up and I sat down at lunch table. Ha ha ha. They never told me the name of the game. Aw. You were not cool. You were too nerdy to play. We did the hold hand over lighter the longest. What the fuck is wrong with kids? Lol. Yeah, I mean, we would do stupid shit like that, or like over a candle. Ah, you know. We do. There. I mean, there was a really nasty named game that we played called Smear the Queer. People said that they still played that like today, and I was like, "Fuck, man." They should have annihilated that game, if nothing else, from school. You know, like Smear the Queer. Come on, dude. How do I deal with weed-induced anxiety? All I smoke is wax. Yeah, dude. Some people just can't smoke it. Streaming vertical from the PC? Yes. I figured it out because my fucking phone shut down because it was so hot. Like I was okay. I think I'd reached equilibrium in the shade, but my phone did not. And it was like, so I was like, you know what? I've been meaning to figure this out, but I have figured it out. Yippee skippy doo dang lippy. And you could join me too. You know that, right, TJ? You just hop right on. Pop right in. Look at this. Look at this, TJ. Watch this. Want to see some shit? Bloop. Oh, well, there's nobody else in here, but there's a 2 and a 3 and a 4-man fucking thing. You could come on in, TJ. I won't bite you, TJ. I promise I won't. Why don't you come on into my stream, TJ? Come on into my stream. I got a whole bunch of popsicles down in the freezer for you. But you're going to have to bend over and dig real deep. You're going to have to get to all the way to the bottom of that freezer, little piglet. Get those creamy little thighs in here. I've got nice, juicy cherry popsicle down in the basement for you. Say there. Say there, little piglet. Yeah, that's right. I've got cherry, and I've even got those special ones that are red, white, and blue. Rocket Pops. And I've got Flintstones Push Pops, but they're way deep in the freezer. You're going to have to dig real deep. Real deep. See if you can reach the Rocket Pops all the way down at the bottom, little piglet. Paul, you and TJ should invite the most renowned intellectual of your age, Jordan Lee. I thought you were going to say Jordan Peterson. No, dude. I don't want to do Jesse Lee Peterson, and there's a reason for it. And I think people are I think people might think I'm like being ableist or something when I say this, but I don't. I think that Jesse Lee Peterson is a retarded man. I think he's got like intellectual deficiency or whatever the fuck, and I think he bores the fuck out of me. Yeah. So I really don't think I could do a Jesse Lee Peterson thing. Yeah. I think he's like mildly retarded. I think he's mildly retarded. I know. I think he's mildly fucking demented. I think he's mildly retarded and demented. Yeah. You a beta? Am I a beta? Yeah, you a beta? No. Are you a wolf? What are you talking about? I'm a man. Are you a man? Yeah. Today. Oh, so you think you might not be a man tomorrow? Well, what the fuck's gonna happen tomorrow, bro? You know what's gonna happen tomorrow? You got a crystal ball over there? Amazing. I mean, it's gonna be fucking retarded level. I mean, if it went that good, it'd be a fucking dream, right? You a meta male? A meta male? I'm sorry, a meta male. Oh, a beta male. Yeah, no, I'm not a fucking pack animal. Are you a pack animal? Amazing. Amazing. That's right. He talks like he's had his sinuses removed. I know. It's fucking crazy, bro. I don't know, man. I try not to like pick on like people for their like things they can't are not in their control. Like, but when it comes to like national level politicians and big commentators and stuff, they're fair game, bro. Like RFK Jr., he's a fucking nut. He's an anti-vaxxer and a fucking pro-Israeli fucking war simp. So I can go like, I think what we need to do is bomb Palestine, or I watch a show every morning, Deaf Not Retar. I mean, cynic. All right, never mind, bud. I'm just gonna let that one float. I'm gonna let that one float like a duty in the stream. Amazing. Hey, Paul, is your Discord still active? I was having trouble finding it the other day. What do I have to? Yeah, I closed that fucking Discord lickety split, slip slap. It took like 3 months, I think, for it to devolve into the most petty, retarded drama that I've ever seen. And so I just like before it blew up, and I had to spend hours sorting through it. I was just like, you know what? Delete. and it caused a legitimate like drama vacuum. It was the funniest thing. Like people didn't know what to be mad about because they never got to like bubble over into the big fucking Game of Thrones. It was kind of cool actually. It was a fun thought experiment. I feel like I could just start up another one and have the same amount of people in it in 6 months and do it over and over again if I wanted. Just let it be chill until it gets unchill and just nuke it one day with no warning. No. Oh, Discord is, it's one of those things, man. If you want to play the Game of Thrones, I can see it being a fun place. But if like you're trying to get away from that shit and just like chill and like have conversations with people and stuff, it's really not the best platform for that. Which is sad because you'd think it would be the best platform for that, but it really is not. I miss Thorium's stories. Yeah, his 1 minute fucking what you call it, hourglass. I wanted to catch one of her movie streams. Yeah, well. Yeah, sorry about that, bud. Nothing I can do to help you with that. Oh man. Yeah, like the impetus that I have to be able to like drift away and then like look at other things and stuff is going to make this desktop stream shit hard. Yeah, I don't know. Whatever. Is TJ always sad? Sad? No. Not I hope not. I don't feel like TJ's sad. Paul, any YouTuber you watch regularly, commentary people? I don't really watch commentary people, so no.
I heard you've been talking shit about me, motherfucker.
Oh, Mr. Junior, sir. That was just a joke. It was a low blow because of your spasming vocal cords, and I take it back, sir.
I have a disability, you fat son of a bitch.
Hey, I have a disability too, you motherfucker. Okay? I'm lazy. And I eat too much. So now what?
Well, that's exactly what I'm trying to fix about this country, Paul Zigo. Everyone's fat, everyone's lazy, and that's because the vaccines have made a populace of fat, lazy oafs like you. And we need to get America restored back to goodness.
God willing, it would be populated by people like me, bro. Can you imagine a United States of Paul's egos? It would be fucking glorious. Oh, man.
I don't want to do that voice anymore. It's too hard.
Yeah, I don't blame you. It's hard, right?
Yeah. I have to literally shake my vocal cords to do that.
Yeah, it's pretty nutty. This is the best vertical streams ever. I know. Well, now that I know that I can do it this way, you know, I don't have to swelter outside if I can't hang. Because I've been like I think I've been legit like pushing myself to like heat sickness a couple of times because I rely on being outside so fucking much now. Who did this art for you, by the way, on this new thing?
I just ran my face through a bunch of AI filters.
Oh, really?
And then
wow, how did I not know that?
I don't know. And
how did I think that a person actually did this kind of edit?
That's no, crazy. Then I went into Premiere, and I was gonna do a morph cut, but it's hard to do that many morph cuts. There seems to be a thing where it freezes.
Yeah.
And it won't.
I ran into that in Premiere, but back in like 2016.
Yeah, and apparently it's still an issue. I haven't really done morph dissolve in a while, so whatever. So I just used a film dissolve, and it still looks pretty cool. So
yeah.
And then you know, there's probably like I don't know 20 different AI generations that are in this. And then I was going to do more. I want to make a few of these for when I don't feel like going on camera because a lot of times when I write out a video, I don't really want to go through too much effort of like shooting and all that bullshit. I just kind of want to put it out. So
yeah,
hopefully something like this.
I'm thinking like with Cinema for Cynics, there's going to be very little, if any, me on video.
Yeah.
Once I get it rolling, I don't think that's necessary. I think the last one proved that, like the alien video. I don't think anybody in that fucking comment section said like, I want to see you. So fuck it. Then, you know, makes it easier for me. One less thing to worry about.
You should be using SDXL, the new state. I mean, I am using an XL version. I'm not using the SDXL standard, but I am using one of the XL checkpoints at this point. So
Tynor.
Waiting for the real TJ pick is like waiting for the DVD screensaver. Yeah. I think, let's see. And it's coming up. There's the old one. angry one, wizard, crazy eyes, business magnate. I don't even know what that one would be. That one looks friendly. That one looks like a demon. And there's me. I'm right after the demonic version. How many of those have 6 fingers? I don't know. You'd have to go and count on your own. That one's hand looks a little weird. That one has a way overly long finger. I think it does also. I think that one did have 6 fingers too. But I think most of them have pretty decent hand, whatever, but they're all on the screen so quick that it's like whatevers.
Yeah, it's kind of like a disconcerting effect.
Yeah, it kind of looks like when you're on acid.
yeah, that's like kind of.
And you look at something and it kind of keeps changing.
It reminds me of Manson's face down in your fucking basement room in Ohio when I was on acid.
When it kept becoming everything.
Oh, that motherfucker was he was everybody in the room at least 10 times that night. Fucking jaw kept going like. I was like, okay, what is that? Why is that happening? Ugh, yeah. Dude, this is a fucking milestone for me, TJ. I had the first positive doctor's appointment that I've had in I don't know how fucking long, bro.
Whoa.
I know. I went in, right? Because this place has been trying to push Ozempic on me because I'm fat as fuck. I've told you that, right? They just keep
yeah.
So I was like, dude, they're probably going to do it again today. And I went in there ready to I'm not going to blow up and get arrested, but I'm going to tell them, hey, take Ozempic off my fucking chart. Thank you. Something like that.
And put it on mine.
Nobody said a fucking word. So I went in, I weighed myself because like I told you, I'm not weighing myself at home. So last time
you're just doing it when you go to the doctor.
Yeah. Last time I weighed in, I was at 235. And now today I was at 221. So I'm fucking melting, man. I'm melting away. And the doctor's super happy with my blood work and shit. She said all of those, all the negative shit they always tell you about your cholesterol and your lipids and this and that. She said all those numbers are going in the right direction or at least stable. So dude, I left there and I told her before I left, I was like, this is the first good doctor's appointment I've had in 10 years. She was like, well, it's probably a sign you're on the right track. I was like, yeah, I think so.
Yeah.
So that was cool. Paul has a very Irish nose. Well, I mean, that's because most of my peoples came from there.
I mean, yeah, you're pretty Irish, right?
Yeah, I'm some 42% Irish by ancestry or some shit.
Yeah. So that makes sense.
And then the rest of it's England and Scandinavia and a little bit of French, a little bit of German. That's
it. You and I pretty much have the same fucking heritage then.
I thought you guys had more Balkan.
Yeah, there's a little bit more stuff like that, but it's still mostly English, Czech, Irish, Scottish kind of area, and then a little German and a little this and a little that.
Yeah. I thought I remembered you guys saying you had Czech, a good.
Well, I mean, Czech. We knew that because my great grandmother on my mother's side, she didn't. I think she was born in this country, but her parents immigrated from what was then Czechoslovakia and is now the Czech Republic. Well, it became the Czech Republic and Slovakia, but they came from the part that's now the Czech Republic.
Right.
But that's pretty much that. I mean, I didn't really see that reflected too much in my DNA test, but I know it's in there. And my dad made a big deal about how French we were, and that really wasn't overly represented either. So,
yeah. Well, my Indian,
the family idea of their history, and then
Well, it's more mythology than it is oral tradition.
Although I do know I have some relative. I don't remember if it's on my mom's side of the family or my dad's side of the family. I think it's on my mom's side that are tracing back their genealogy. So that could be somewhat useful for me if I ever wanted to do that myself. But I don't really have a strong urge to do that at this point.
Yeah. Yeah, I don't know, man. I'm fucking
TJ's face could morph slower. Well, the thing is, if I had done the morph dissolve, I could have done it slower, but with the film dissolve, it kind of has to be fast or the illusion doesn't really work. So
yeah, it hangs too long in the frame. So yeah, like if Premiere could, because I ran into that problem back in the C4C days,
Mm-hmm.
the
You
early
try to
one.
do some morph cut stuff,
I was trying to do some morph
or
cuts
morph
in and out.
dissolve or whatever.
Yeah, there's some dissolves in and out of like movie clips or something. I can't remember what I was trying to do, but I found the exact same thing. If I tried to do too many in a row, like without putting too much space between them, there was
Yeah, it put up this thing. It was like analyzing clip or whatever the fuck, and then it never stops analyzing. It just and I thought, well, when I render, that'll be gone. But then when I rendered it, I'm like, oh, that's still there. So
yeah,
whatever. It's a little editing shit, but it doesn't probably not that interesting to anybody. Kirk and McPherson are definitely Scottish. Yeah, that's true. And they both have something to do with the church, because Kirk actually means church in some old Scottish dialect, and then McPherson means son of the parson. So then there's both sort of religious connotations there. So I don't know what my family's exact well, that's both sides of my family. I don't know what their exact, relationship was with that, but
yeah.
And then my mom, I guess, showed me that one of my, I don't know, great uncles or some shit was one of the like early leaders in the Mormon church. So there's all kinds of religious figures in my family's history, I guess.
Yeah.
Kerk is also church in Danish. Well, a lot of these languages share the same basic roots and stuff, so it doesn't surprise me.
So I don't know much about the Parky name. I'm reading a little bit here. Like medieval spelling variations of my name are Park with an E, Parks with an ES, and others. Notables of the Parky family, none.
None.
Migration of the Parky family to Ireland. Some of the Parky family moved to Ireland, but this topic is not covered in detail. Yeah. So Scotland is where it says that the Parky family started, in Cumberland, Scotland.
Whoa, cool.
Yeah. And they held a family seat. Ooh, okay. From the early times. One of the first records of the name was Robert de Parco, witnessed as a charter by Earl David, and later witnessed another charter by Walter Olifard in 1210. Further to the south, in the England, early listings in the hundredolium rolls of 1273 include Jean del Par in Suffolk, and later Roger at Park was in the writs of Parliament in 1301. So I had a minor seat in Scotland at some point way back. Maybe I still have a minor seat there, dude. You ever think of that? What if I'm the direct fucking blood relative of an Earl of Scotland?
True.
I did find out what my coat of arms and family crest thing was, or my family motto, because I had that. I looked it up at one point because I have that like whatever minor seat in Scotland. My house words or whatever the fuck my house.
Did you say your family comes from Cumberland?
Cumberland, Scotland, or whatever.
Yeah, that's weird because I just looked it up and it says the surname Kirk emerged as a notable Scottish family name in the county of Cumberland.
Whoa.
Where they were recorded as a family of great antiquity, seated with manor and estates in that shire.
So, Robert de Parco might have been like a fucking vassal of yours or some shit.
Maybe. I don't know.
Because it doesn't say nothing about me having many estates or nothing. It just said I had a minor house.
Crazy.
So a minor title. Park. Yeah. Richard, William, Sylvester, John, Robert, Philip. All of those were listed. De Parcos were listed in Normandy. So in 1180 to 95. So yeah. Pretty fucking crazy. But yeah, Cumberland, Scotland. So I guess we're from the same area. That's crazy, bro.
Yeah.
That's actually kind of nuts.
I mean, that's out of like, you know,
especially
tons of different.
given some of our other like strange coincidences. Galen Whalen, TJPJ.
That's true.
What I mean, people made fun of me for it, but I kept showing pictures of myself because I looked so much like you when I was little.
Yeah.
We looked like we could have been brothers, and that makes sense given that, you know, our families might have this.
Yeah, we might have come. We might have fucking. We might even be distantly related. So
I mean, it would be shocking to me if we weren't, if you know, on some level related, kind of like our families like are rising around the same time in the same area. Who knows, man?
yeah, man.
Pretty fucking crazy though. But yeah, anyway, my family's motto is "Touch ye not a cat bot," and it means don't grab a cat by the tail. Never grab a cat.
Sounds like good advice for the Parky clan.
I think it's advice against grabbing the tail of the Parky clan, but yeah, maybe. Touch ye not a cat bot.
What is that? That's like a motto.
That's a motto, yeah. Touch ye not a cat bot. BOTT. It's like what became butt. Yeah.
Don't grab that cat's butt.
Yep.
That's no good.
Because a cat will fuck you up if you grab its tail.
All right, let's see. What the fuck does this mean? I'm looking at my motto, but it's in Latin, so I got to translate this shit.
Yeah.
What is this shit?
This show is an ancient Scottish prophecy. It's becoming one.
Hey, listen. Wait, is that the right? Hold on, I gotta make sure I'm getting this right. Man, goddamn, really?
I read a little Latin, so if you want to copy paste it.
No, I know what it means now.
Oh,
I just
just translate it.
Okay, so it's optimum quod primum.
Okay,
and it means what is first is best.
That's pretty fucking wise words.
That's true too, but I just like that I don't know. I can still see, I mean, I don't know, maybe it's you know, just coincidence, but I can still see you and yours and I can still see me and mine.
Right.
You know?
So this is
even though that Kirk lineage is pretty fucking diluted at this point, I'm pretty sure.
So on the other end of mine, my lineage is McBean. And McBean is also a Scottish clan, and that's the one that has the touch ye not a cat bot. So it's not Parky.
I got
you. Actually, it's touch not a cat bot, a targ. So that means a shield. And like, dude, it's actually kind of cool. Let me see if I can actually share my thing. Share screen. Touch ye not a cat bot. Share. What happens to it? Oof. Yeah, that's not really working. Let's see. Maybe if I go here and do this. Yeah. So McBean, yeah, there you go. Look at that. That's my clan crest, bro. The McBean clan. Touch not a cat bot. A targ. So it's a cat with a shield. Dude, I'm fucking dope, dude. Oh, I couldn't hear you. What were you saying?
I said I like it.
Yeah. The McBeans, dude. Don't fuck with me, TJ, dude. I'm old school fucking Scotland, I guess. History of Clan McBean or McBain. I like McBain better. I wish we would have stayed there.
Yeah, McBain is fucking awesome. That's the name of the Simpsons fucking character. Well, the character within the show. You know.
The surname originates from son of Bethanan, the Gaelic word for lively one. Another suggested provenance is that of Mac Icbatha, which means Macbeth. Ooh. Connects the clan to the early Scottish king, the 11th century. According to tradition, however, the family joined the clan Chatan Federation at some point in the 13th century, became closely allied to Clan Macintosh, with whom they are said to have shared common ancestry. In this relationship, the McBeans supported Robert the Bruce against Red Cummin during the...
So apparently on my other side, which is the McPherson side, they also have that same motto of "Touch not the cat, but a glove."
Oh my
Touch not the
god.
cat,
Are you
but a
kidding me,
glove.
bro?
Yeah,
This is fucking nuts.
because it's
That's
Clan McPherson. I'm sure that they had some associations with each other. They probably fucking joined together in some sort of political cause or something.
I would imagine so. I mean, they're from the same area. Let's see if it mentions them anywhere in here.
So what clan were you
McBean.
so what's it? Mick what?
It's not Mick, it's Mac.
Mac what?
MAC no space bean.
Bean?
Like a bean, like a farty bean, yeah.
I'm gonna see if there's like a connection here between these two.
Yeah. Let's see. According to tradition, yeah. Scottish independence. They nevertheless fought the sport of Lord of the Isles, the Bout of Harlaw in 1411, suffered heavy losses from which they never fully recovered. McBean supported the Jacobite cause during the 1715 and 1745 uprisings. Large number of clansmen were transported to Virginia and South Carolina. Okay. In 1746, the Battle of Culloden, Giles Moore McBean, standing over 6'4", slew 14 government dragoons before he was killed.
Cool.
Fuck.
That's awesome.
In the aftermath of this disaster, it became increasingly impossible for the clan lords to be saved, and they were eventually sold, had their titles sold in 1760. Thereafter, several clansmen distinguished themselves militarily abroad. In 1778, Lieutenant General Forbes McBean became commander of artillery in Canada. Major General William McBean earned the Victoria Cross for bravery during the Indian Mutiny of 1858 and 1897. Major Forbes McBain of the Gordon Highlanders earned the DSO for his part of the capture of the heights of Dargai on Indians.
So when I'm looking at Clan McPherson and Clan McBean, I'm seeing that ours, the McPherson one, is touch not the cat but a glove, and yours is touch not a cat but a targe.
Yeah.
Which means
a shield.
A shield, yeah.
Yeah.
So very similar.
They have to have like
there had to be like a point where it was like the same and they split off or something, or that had to just be like a really common saying, and then whatever.
Yep. Let's see. 59 Houston McBain, an American descended from the McBeans of Kinshile, was recognized by Lord Lyon King of Arms as 21st chief of the name. So I guess it's still a surname. Most commonly found in the Highlands. So I'm a Highlander, bro. So are you, though.
Yeah, we're both Highlanders. I mean,
incorporates
go back to that
counties of Caithness, Inverness Shire,
All right. So I'm looking a little bit of our shared history here.
Yeah.
So the McBean and McPherson clans were both part of the Chatham Confederation, a historic alliance of Scottish clans in the Highlands.
Yeah.
So
I saw that same federation list.
They were allies and shit.
Yeah. Wow. That's fucking crazy, bro. Allies all those years ago and allies again. How fucking, like, what are the chances of that?
I don't know.
Yeah. Got to be fucking pretty low, I would imagine.
Yeah, it's pretty crazy. Considering that, I had no awareness of any of this until like
me neither.
5 minutes ago or whatever.
Yeah, same. Touch ye not a cat bot, a targe. Or a targe.
Got some weird shit, man.
Dude, our families were Highlanders, bro.
I know.
You understand?
I do.
Nobody fucked with us, bro. Nobody fucked with us, bro. Nobody.
There can be only one. No.
Yeah.
It's fucking that's stupid.
Nobody would fuck with us ever.
Yeah. What happened to the view we had before?
I don't fucking know.
That was cool when we had that. What the fuck happened to that?
Portrait customs layout. Yeah. So it's like when I shared a screen, it fucking freaked out.
It's like, doesn't know what to do no more.
Well, I know what to do. I'm gonna roll a fucking joint.
Yeah, man.
How's Scoopy's move going?
I think he's mostly. I mean, all his stuff is in. I don't know
Good.
how unpacked it is.
Yeah.
Knowing Taylor, it's probably way further along than I'd imagine.
Oh yeah, she's like probably
Yeah.
got most of it fucking done. Knowing her, I don't know though. Yeah, I know that's a fucking moving is tough. We dropped another app yesterday on a property that would just be fucking beautiful, man.
Oh, really? That's beautiful.
Yep. Just like on like a 3/4 of an acre, big giant fenced in backyard. Not
Is
cold.
this you trying to buy or rent?
I'm trying to rent.
Yeah.
I want to rent up there for a couple of years and see if the housing market continues to follow the population trend, because the population trend in the city I'm moving to is steadily like doodly 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 doo. So it's
Yeah.
like there's less people around and more houses around. So
Yeah, so maybe it'll open something up.
that's what I'm thinking. I mean, a lot of the houses that are for sale right now that I was looking at have all had like pretty significant price drops since spring. So a lot of them have been sitting there since like last winter or the winter before, right? And they've dropped 35 or 45K in some instances, which lets you know like we're probably willing to drop another 50K to get this fucking property off our hands. A lot of them that are in my price range now are like fixer uppers, is what I would call it. Where, you know, I would get it for something like 280 or 270 or something, and I'm buying it for location basically because the house is kind of ramshackle. And then I take another 30 grand or something and append it to the loan and do a big reno, right? Which, you know, that's sometimes what you got to do. But yeah, that's kind of where I'm at anyway on the house hunt.
That's pretty cool.
But dude, I just keep looking to, like, today it's 105 here in Fresno, and where I'm moving it's 62. High of 62 today, low of 50. I'd be sitting outside in a hoodie right now. You know, just chilling. It's fucking crazy.
Yeah, fuck that shit.
It said they have 5 days a year that go above 70 degrees. That's like as hot as it really gets there.
That's much better.
Yeah. Well, it's right on
the
the ocean.
elevation and shit, I'm sure. Right?
It's elevation. It's at elevation, but it's in a tiny little valley in between the foot of the mountains and the ocean, basically. So it's literally like it stays that cool because the ocean or the mountains that it's right underneath, right up against, basically buffets that cool air back into us, right? So it just never leaves the area.
Yeah, that sounds nice.
And it's like giant redwoods too. I don't know if you've ever gotten to see giant redwoods in your life, but they're
not no, not in person.
Well, dude, I'm telling you, like once I get moved in, I swear to God, bro, you're gonna have to come out. You're gonna have to.
Oh yeah.
Like at some point, you know, whatever, fly out and fucking make the trip, because you know, the places we're looking at are 3-4 bedrooms. We'll put you guys up, but like just to see it, dude. The Avenue of the Giants is nearby where I'm moving. It's like a drive you can go down that takes you deeper into the forest. Because like when you start hitting redwoods, you're like, fuck, these huge trees, right? Those are babies that they let grow up close to the road. Like you got to go deep into the forest to see the like ones that are 8,000 years old, 7,000 years old. And they're fucking like, it'll take you 3 minutes to walk around them. That is fucking unbelievable, you know?
Yeah, I'd like to see that. Sounds like Humboldt.
Yeah, I mean, it's not Humboldt County, but it is near Humboldt. It's in Northern California. I mean, I'm just keeping the city name a secret, but people are going to guess it. Like pretty much as soon as I'm there, people are going to know where I'm at. So I'm not being coy about it too much. I really don't care. Anybody that would come to where I'm at to fuck with me is way dedicated, bro. Like way dedicated. It's not an easy jaunt from anywhere in California or Oregon to get to where I'm going. So it's a long, windy, cop-infested jaunt through the fucking Redwood Mountains. And it is not pleasant. Let's just put it that way. What about the RV? Yeah, that's still on the table, man. Like I said, the area that I'm in has a lot of people that live in RVs because they're vacationers or whatever, and they come and go. And it's like they sell plots where you own a piece of land, right? And it's yours with hookups to hook up your RV to. And that's where you live as your permanent address or whatever. And then when you want to leave, right, you pack all your shit up into your RV, you pull out of your spot, and then the next day, somebody that you rented it to pulls in, right? So when you're on vacation, you're getting paid to be on vacation, basically. It's a beautiful fucking thing. But I just don't know that Amelia and I want that long term. Like I'm looking at like I'm feeling better physically, mentally, all that. But like truth of the matter is, bro, I probably got 20 healthy years left in me where I'm like lucid and capable. And it's like I think it might be smart for me to settle down somewhere and try and put down roots
Yeah.
so that when I go, I give her something that she can have. You know what I mean? At the very least, I hand her something that's hers, maybe a little business, whatever. So that's where
Yeah.
my mind is now.
Oh, that's cool. Plus, if
You
you
feel like
do,
you've landed where you want to be eternally?
um,
Does it check all the boxes for you?
I wouldn't mind if that were the case, but I'm always open to something else,
Yeah.
But yeah, I'm definitely way happier where I'm at than where I was. So.
Well, I've had wanderlust my whole life, but every
Yeah.
place I've landed, I've found lacking in comparison to my home state.
Yeah.
I think it's just like probably bias, but like, I'm always what yardstick do you compare a state that you moved to other than the state you moved from, and
Right.
like for me, it's just like Texas California beats that to shit. Louisiana, California beats that to shit. Seattle was dope. Bellevue was even doper, but the rest of California beats the rest of Washington to shit. So it's like, I don't know. Arizona, I mean, come on. I don't know. That's not even in the conversation. California beats it to shit without even trying. I mean, I don't know. Some people like Arizona. I actually enjoyed Arizona while I was there, to be honest. It's like better than Texas or Louisiana.
Yeah. I mean, it seems like a nice place to visit, like in the winter or something.
That is something that I have to worry about where I'm moving is tsunami. I'm in a tsunami zone.
Yeah.
And winters are kind of harsh there. I mean, you're right.
Well, there's always something.
Yeah. I mean, it snows like 10 days a year in the summer, I think, or in the winter. Sorry.
Yeah.
I mean,
I'd say if it snows 10 days in the summer, you might want to reconsider.
No, it doesn't. But it rains a lot. It's got a high precipitation because it's right up against the ocean. So.
Yeah, yeah. Well, you don't have anything blocking that rain and shit either, so.
But yeah. I used to have a fucking recurring nightmare when I was a kid about a giant tsunami coming up over the fucking Sierras, which makes no sense. Because the Sierras are the eastern mountain range that would have to come from the fucking Atlantic Ocean somehow. That'd be a fuck ton of wave.
Yeah, well, if a wave from the Atlantic reaches California, then there's really no saving yourself at that point. So
yeah, and now I'm moving to a place that's got like tsunami flood out warnings all over, and I'm like, oh well, all right. I mean, it's actually a pretty safe little town. The town I'm moving to is pretty safe from tsunamis, but there's surrounding beaches and shit. Like if you go 5 miles up the road that are super low, that are getting fucking inundated every time. So I got to be careful. Got to listen for the whoop whoop.
Yeah, you don't get much warning about a tsunami either. I mean,
no,
it's like earthquake happens, then shortly thereafter tsunami. So there's not like much of an advanced warning system there.
It depends on where the earthquake happened, right? Because a tsunami moves at like I think it's 200 miles an hour or something. So you've got if it's 2,000 miles away, you got a couple hours to warn the people and get everybody out of the way. But that AI art of you.
Yep.
Damn. Dumb question. Gone rewilding. I
think if the tide recedes a shit ton, that's a sign to yeah, that's true. Because I think the tide does recede.
Not always.
Not always, but I know that there have been a lot of stories of the tide going crazy low, and then people wandering off out there like, wow, the tide's so low. Let me wander out and see.
And then it comes back and they can't get out.
Yeah.
And there's tons of video like that from Phuket, Thailand, back in like 2006 or whatever it was, when that big giant Indonesian tsunami hit Thailand and fucking all that shit over there, all the South Pacific. Paul, tonight there's a show. No, we are on our off week. We're just chilling today.
Yep. Well, I'm actually going to be doing I'm actually going to be doing an Abandoned Hope with Scotty a little later.
Oh, cool.
I didn't do it Sunday.
I didn't know that was on there, but
yeah, no, there's not going to be on Onion Nuggets or anything this week, but next week we'll be back to our normal schedule. So
cool.
But Scotty's moving and stuff, so I think he's mostly. I don't know. I haven't seen his house. I mean, I've seen it, but I haven't seen it since yesterday. And all that they had done by the time I saw it was move stuff in. But I'm sure they'd have like a bunch unpacked by now. So I'll probably go take a look over there.
Yeah.
In a minute here, because I know we're gonna meet for dinner tonight. So
yeah,
TG should join more of these. Well, I mean, he hadn't done one on his PC until today, so but I'll pop in every now and then because it seems like his phone overheated. I don't know how scintillating of a guest I've been so far. We just kind of sat down like genealogy and like, oh, where you're moving? Wow, neat. But whatever.
I don't care. I don't monetize this channel, so they can suck my dick.
The Abandoned Hope where you just bantered and never ended up getting to the topics was chill as fuck. Yeah, I mean, sometimes you just gotta fucking chill, Oh,
yeah.
Not everything needs to be highly structured, in my opinion.
Well, not only that, but if you're going to have me as a guest on the show, you better not pull too much shit to fucking read and ponder because I'm an incessant blabbermouth. I don't stop. It's my superpower and my weakness all rolled into one.
Ideology ain't super high octane anyway. I mean, I'm not saying it is, but I mean, I've seen some stuff where Paul goes off on a tear and stuff, but
oh yeah, I'll get it. I'll do when the spice hits me, I'll fucking jump up and do the Joe Jelly jiggle if I have to, but
as much as I'm not a supporter, by the way, of RFK, I know I kind of came in here intending to talk more about that. But as much as I'm not a supporter of that guy, I do think it's kind of funny how like just a few days after Biden's embarrassing flub, all of a sudden the media is like dredging up everything they can on RFK. Oh shit! I mean, he's a rapist, and he ate a dog one time, and he's a fucking weirdo, and his own family hates him. So
the rapist
that guy,
thing,
right?
They need to just stop bringing it up because so is Biden and so is Trump. So like, how does that distinguish him, even if it's true?
And I went on his Twitter, and he was saying that the picture circulating that was like he ate a dog. He's like, that's actually a goat. And I'm like, I don't really see why it matters all that much anyway. I guess America, likes dogs better than goats, but whatever, it's still.
Let's see. What if I did this, then this, then this? Okay.
There we go.
Monkeyed it. I had to kick you out of the room for a second, then invite you back in. Cool. Okay. Well, at least now we are in a better mode.
I do think it's funny that they're going so hard against him now.
Oh well, dude.
Now that they're so worried about Uncle Joe there.
Dude, my victory lap, I feel like Vosh just keeps running up behind me as I'm like taking my pulse and slowing down after the victory lap. And he's like, nope, keep going, dude. Take another one. It's like, fuck. Dude, did you see the video he put out today, bro?
He's been putting out videos like crazy. Where
he put one out today where it says Joe Biden must step down.
He's got, like all
and
of a sudden he's Paul's ego and shit.
I think I can present it. Hold up, dude. I'm going to play you one fucking little chunk of it.
Okay. I haven't seen it, but
yeah, dude, you got to hear this fucking chunk, bro.
Okay.
My VDS, you know how bad it is. So, I apologize for dragging it out again.
It's all good.
But you know how bad it is. I've got it real fucking bad.
I know. I've been there. I've seen it.
Okay. Let me see the Vosh channel. Yeah, the fucking it's right at the beginning of the video. And I fucking literally almost died laughing this morning when I heard it.
Excuse me.
Let me see. It is, I think it's like 4:14 or something. Yeah, something like that. It's right in here. Let me make sure. Okay. Yep, this is it. So let me see if this will even work. Yeah, this is where it gets wonky. I don't know how fucking handles like video and shit. Let's see. Yeah. Okay. All right. Well, That's
well,
fine.
that's a little weird, but
A
I
little
guess it'll
weird.
work.
Well, maybe we do this. Maybe we go like that. Whatever.
Wow.
This shit fucking sucks, bro. All right.
Whatever.
Well, at least people will be able to hear it. All right. So
Yeah.
here we go. Tell me if you can hear this.
Absolute sure people are panicking. So
Can you hear it or no?
that's cool. There's nothing to discuss here.
Okay. Hold on. Let me roll it back just a little bit.
Okay.
Because this fucking I almost literally had a stroke this morning when I heard this.
Okay.
Okay. Here we go.
So that's cool. There's nothing to discuss here. He's not going to voluntarily step down, so just accept Biden as the candidate. No, you can't just accept that, man. The Democrats are rat us. You can't just like, oh, well, accept it as it is. That's the reason why we're losing, man. The Democrats are up. They're failing on every level. They put forward an unelectable candidate. They said they implied strongly, at the very least, he was going to be a one-term president. We have like an 100-year-old guy running for the presidency. We saw that debate. He cannot run. He is far too old, leaving aside everything else. He did nothing to meaningfully challenge Trump up there. The Democrats are flubbing this massively. It's unforced errors. It's insane. The complacency from the Democrats, I fully blame them for everything that is happening.
Well, sometimes you eat the bar, and sometimes the bar, well, she eats you. I don't know what to do. Like, okay. I mean,
I
yeah.
listened to that and I was like, this has to be a bit. No.
No.
He just literally just adopted my position. Cool.
I mean, hey,
like he always
good,
do
right?
it too. Like, no, dude, that's not the tactics you use. You don't just sit by and go like, run with Biden, my guy. You fight, man. We gotta fight. Like, what the fuck, bro? You can't make it up either. It's like fucking stranger than fiction, bro.
Yeah. Well, I mean,
Stranger
it's
than
good,
fiction.
right? I mean, at least he's come around.
Oh, dude, his audience of impressionable teenagers that he's been spending all this time, like this would destroy him. To like go like, oh yeah, Paul and DFF and TJ and everybody over there were right. I should have really been fucking ringing the bell on Biden. Because it's like, dude, is he pretending that it took that debate for him to know that Biden was checked out, gone?
I guess
we've been saying
that's the only thing I can think, right? I mean, like, did he really see something there that he didn't expect to see? Because,
dude, we've been saying he's checked out, gone since the fucking I got hairy legs shit.
Yeah, I don't know.
So I don't know, bro. It's like I was laughing, but also like a vein in my forehead was popping out and threatening to like spring a leak. You know what I mean? Because I'm just like fucking because his little army of fucking morons over there are so used to him just changing his fucking prescriptions in the midstream and then just pretending like they were always his prescriptions. They don't even notice it happening over there. It's like, oh yeah, Vosh is actually kind of based on this if you think about it. It's like, what? Yeah, if you think about it. Oh man.
Well, I guess they didn't think about it before.
Yeah, they didn't think about it when it was me presenting it or you presenting it. That wasn't enough for them to think. But now that it's Vosh pretending it was his position all along, they're thinking about it, TJ. Vosh might actually be based on this one.
Riding with Biden, my dude. But we go back to his vote blue no matter who on the next lackluster Dem candidate. I mean, I think he's probably still there now.
Uh-huh. Yeah,
he's probably still saying like we have like to vote for Biden, right?
Yep.
I assume at the end of all this is still just like, yeah, we got to vote for him, but he's not going to win, right?
Actually, what he says is he needs to be replaced because he's not.
Yeah.
Obviously,
he's not going to be replaced.
Vote for him, or if you want, but like he's not going to win, so they need to replace him.
I mean, what do you think the odds of them actually replacing Biden are? Because I think they're pretty slim.
I think they're very slim, given what their posture has been post debate. There was no like couple of moments of pensiveness out of the DNC where they didn't take questions and they thought about it. They immediately like sent Kamala out to gaslight the American people.
Yeah, they came out. The Supreme Court came out with this fucking batshit decision the other day,
and everybody fucking looked the other way and shit.
And then Biden comes out and he's like, I need to address this, and then he comes out and makes like a little minute and a half, 2-minute speech, like, and that's it. And then it's like, okay,
Well, here's the reason why the DNC is worried about giving
democracy
us another
dies in
candidate.
dumbness, I guess.
Yeah, no, of course it does, like everything else. I don't know why the DNC is so worried about giving us another candidate. It's not too late. Well, here's why they're worried, because you're right, it's not too late. Here's why they're worried. Do you know anything about what an open primary is? Think chaos with an injection of meth in it, right? So what happens is there's basically a no confidence vote in Biden that's passed at the primary floor. And then it's like all these factions within the DNC throw up a fucking candidate. And it's just a round of endless fucking marathon votes, alliances, backwater deals. And in that chaos, the DNC is completely out of control of the outcome. It's now out amongst the electorate who they're not all fucking paying. These are just fucking DNC, they're not like working for the DNC. These are DNC, like, what do you call them? Delegates, right? So yeah, those people get out there. The Bernie or Busters are going to be there. They're going to be throwing out AOC and shit. She can't even run. It's like, you know what I mean? Like that type of shit. That's why they don't want it. It would work. It would land on a candidate that could possibly beat Trump, maybe, right? Where Biden, I think, now can't. But it would be so much chaos that the DNC not being able to put a finger on exactly who's going to win it and really influence it much, they would never do that. So they're going to ride this old donkey into the dust, bro. I believe that now. I think all these people saying, oh, we need a replacement. Dude, I was saying that shit 3 months ago and you called me a de facto fascist for it. So go fuck yourself. That's when it was possible. 3 fucking months ago. Now it's 4 months out from the election. Primaries are done. Biden's been named. Just waiting for the fucking convention. And now everybody no, they're not going to do it. The DNC is never going to open up a democratic process like the primary and let an open primary go down. They're riding Biden's corpse into the dirt. They're going to fucking bullwhip anybody who doesn't get in line. And you're getting that old fucking liver spotted piece of fucking gone shit. Who, by the way, I don't know if you saw that, TJ. His aides admitted that he's got dementia. He's sundowns at 4 p.m. Eastern. He's not functional.
What?
You didn't see that?
No.
I tweeted about it yesterday.
Whoa.
Here, let me fucking pull it up. It's from fucking Newsweek or some shit, or Business Insider or some shit. I can't remember what it was. Yeah, I made a fucking rare stop by Twitter to, do my Bosch victory lap, etc. And yeah, dude, here's the headline. I mean, Biden's aide said his debate performance was poor because he struggles to function after 4 p.m.
Okay.
That's called sundowning. That's what happens to old people.
Yeah, look.
They wake up at about 10 a.m. and they have a lot of energy and vim and vigor till about 4 or 5 p.m. when the sun starts to get low in the sky, and then they just go hollow. They're just like, so hopefully the rest of the world wasn't listening to that news story, because now they know that our commander-in-chief is asleep at the wheel after fucking 4 p.m. Eastern, and the next person in line is probably high out of her fucking mind on Xannies and passed out by that time. See, this type of weakness, this type of like implied weakness never gets talked about by the left. Ever. Dude, I'm not a big nationalist or whatever, but I realize that American hegemony like props up a lot of the shit that pays my bills. So, it would probably be in my family's best interest and TJ's family's best interest if America stayed top dog in the world. And the fact that we're just showing our fucking skirt like this, showing under our skirt like this, and showing we just got a big beaver under there. Got no balls. Got an old dribbling man, an old pants shitting orange buffoon. And the second one in line, if Biden should croak right now, is so fucking high she can't make sense. Word salad machine, bitch. Like, people don't realize the fucking level of red alert this is, bro. This is a catastrophe. Biden will lose to Trump. The midterm, not midterm as in voting cycles, but I'm talking like midterm in terms of time out from the debate, polls have come in. Biden's taken a dump. At first, everybody was coping because the early flash polls and shit were like, Biden didn't really take much of a dip. And now he's going like, oh, and they're going, oh, fuck, my dude. Just like I said, by the way, go back through these fucking videos. You're going to find me saying, I suspect in about a week or two, you're going to have the left going, oh, fuck, when they see these numbers come in from this fucking debate. When they see how far his pants fell down on stage and how deeply the American people got to look into his diseased colon, they're going to fucking be hair on fire. And it's already happened. Already happened at the first hint of a downturn for Biden, because they were neck and neck. Literally like this going into the debate. And then like after the debate, it was like, you know, Trump and Biden. And then now it's like, and they're like, you know what I mean? Fuck, bro. Yeah, and it's like, well, how long have we been shouting from the rooftops? Me for fucking several cycles. You for at least the balance of this one.
Let's see here. Yeah. Polls any today.
Yeah, Colorado could be a fucking swinger now. No way Biden takes Michigan.
I mean, Michigan, I always thought was the biggest
that's his
weakness.
His, where he's going to go die.
I mean, it's one where he really cannot afford to lose. I mean, I guess he could afford to lose it if he overperformed in a few other areas, but like, it's really a pretty important linchpin. And you know, he really fucked himself in Michigan with this Israel shit, and you know, a few other things.
Well, if he makes any bets, he'll have to make them against me or nobody else. For I've already been run dry by the Kirks. That McPherson clan up there likes to cloak themselves in holiness, but all they are is a bunch of rich folk that moved here to exploit the Highlands.
I mean, so I'm looking at some general election polls from, this is a new batch of them that just came out on June 30th.
Yeah. So a couple days ago. We're talking about the one, because there was a batch that came out today or like yesterday. For Monday.
This is a batch that came out on the 30th, which is the most recent batch I see on well, there is a batch that came out today on 538, but the Ipsos poll for that has Trump and Biden even, but that seems to be an anomaly because of these ones that came out on the 30th. You have Suffolk University says Trump +4.
Yep.
Morning Consult saying Trump +1. You have 3 Harris X polls with Trump up 8, 7, and 4 respectively. And then you have a series of CNN polls with Trump up. Well, hold on. Actually, most of those are Trump against other hypothetical candidates. This Trump against Biden is +6 for Trump.
According to CNN.
Yeah. They've also put Trump up against a bunch of hypothetical other candidates, like Kamala Harris, Trump +2, Gavin Newsom, Trump +5, Buttigieg, Trump +4, Whitmer, Trump +5.
They have nobody they can toss at it.
Yeah. So,
oh man,
June 29th, you have one that says Trump. This is from St. Anselm College, Trump +2. Patriot polling, I don't know what the fuck that is or how reputable it is, but anyway, Trump's +4 in that. Then from June 28th, I think June 20. When was the debate?
Wasn't it the 28th?
So that might be too early to see what the fucking shit was, but
I thought the debate was the 27th or the 28th.
Yeah, but polls that came out on the 28th probably are still too recent.
Yeah, that's people coped with that poll though.
But more and more polls are coming in. And, you know, it's looking like, I mean, Trump has at least got a 2 or 3 point bump off of this. So, and I'm honestly kind of surprised it's not more. We'll see if it's more pronounced in the long run. Because, I don't know, that was a dismal debate performance. Probably the worst, I don't know, that I've ever seen.
It's the worst in American history. You know, I looked back.
It might be the worst in American history.
It is. I looked back through it, and I can't find another debate performance where there was a belly flop that hard ever. There's been some bad ones, some vice presidential debates too. I looked at those because those are, you know, whatever. Like there've been some bad ones. Nothing even came close to that. Dude, we talked over a moment. And I think you probably have seen a clip of it now where he was trying to get something.
Isn't there
out.
a vested interest from these polling orgs to exaggerate how much Biden will lose? I don't think. I mean,
No.
I don't think there is. But even if there was, like the level of complicity you're talking about, like you'd have to say every single polling organization has conspired to get together to just lie about what results they're getting in polls.
It's bullshit.
I think that's
like, don't polls are a good way to take the temperature of the country, but they don't predict elections.
Sure.
Relying too hard on polls is how Hillary sleptwalked into her own doom, right? She didn't spend any money. She thought she could just kick back and fund the Trump campaign and just walk into the White House and not even bust the glass ceiling, just kind of like knock on it and have it fall to little dust, And she got fucked. She fucked herself. Now she's running the Biden campaign. So they got the woman whose tactic ruined her in front of the nation in 2016, and now she's running the campaign of the guy that were trying to get reelected. And I was told by Vosh that I was some ghost wandering around a haunted house for even invoking the name Hillary Clinton. Now he's mentioning her every fucking day.
Yeah.
Guess he's not a ghost in a haunted house, huh? A fucking dick. See, I hate that shit. You know what, dude? I don't mind if people take a bite out of my ass, but when I turn out to be right and that motherfucker just pretends they didn't see it and just adopts my position and never fucking, even mentions, I don't want an apology from the motherfucker. He didn't hurt my feelings. I'd like him to tell his fucking fans that I'm not a fascist. That'd be nice. I'd like him to tell his fans, maybe you should listen to this guy next year. That's what I'd be telling my fans if I were him. Fuck, Vosh kind of dunked on me, bro. Maybe maybe electoral coverage is more his bag. Maybe I'll do something else next year with the electoral stuff or anything. You're just gonna pretend it didn't happen and just adopt my fucking position. Okay.
So I'm looking at enthusiasm levels here. Biden voters, 29% very excited, 31% somewhat excited. 2% refused to answer. Not very excited, 25%. Not excited at all, 14%. Trump, very excited, 59%. Somewhat excited, 23%. Not very excited, 11%. And not excited at all, 6%. So Trump definitely has a way more enthusiastic base of support.
But he always has.
Yeah.
That hasn't changed since 2016. It's always been the same.
Yep. But Biden's base of support is basically dog shit. I mean, it's like a fourth of his voters actually really want him in there, and I don't know what the fuck kind of crack they're smoking. But
Vosh called me a fascist because I said that the DNC should anybody but Biden immediately, basically. That the DNC should have removed Biden before this electoral cycle, and they should have held him to his one-term promise, but you know what I mean? Like, that was all fucking fantasy hooey. I was a LARPer, I was a tanky, and I was a fascist. He told his fans to come and bug me and call me a fucking de facto fascist on all my shit. So now there's like a whole fucking 3 months worth of content where you go and you'll see his little fucking zombies in my shit going like, this is legit like fascism. This is legit like fascist rhetoric from Paul Zigo. I can't even. His little douche nozzle army, right? And then is the temerity to just like 3 months later adopt my fucking position in toto with no truncation and no change, without even mentioning my name, without even mentioning the fact that he pretended with his audience like he sauced on me and my fucking friends in that debate. He's pretended with his audience like I'm fucking just salty about losing for fucking 3 years. He's a piece of fucking tripe. And anybody that follows him and watches him fucking morph his positions like this every time dude, because he just smells the way the wind's blowing. He was smug with me 3 months ago, and my friend TJ here 3 months ago. He was smug with us then because he thought Biden had fucking no chance of losing. He's like, there's no way fucking Trump. There's no way fucking Trump. Biden's gonna fucking win. In his mind, he thought we had it sewed up, and now he knows we don't have it sewed up like we told him we didn't back then. And instead of correcting the record and going like, guys, I was wrong, he's just like, dudes, no, we can't let the DNC rat fuck us. It's like, you pussy. See, I hate motherfuckers that got no intellectual honesty. They got no fucking idea about how that makes them look to people that have read a book or two. Rich boy Dunning-Kruger, he just keeps telling you how much he wants to run too. So I hope for everybody's sake that he does that. I hope he moves to fucking Belgium or some shit and just gets fat on waffles and fucking disappears into obscurity over there because nobody speaks his language.
Listen to this poll here. Biden, does he have the mental and cognitive health to serve as president? Okay. So, poll from 6/9/2024 says 35% believed he did. So it was already very low. But now 27%.
Oh shit. Get dunked on.
What's that?
Oh, look, Vickerfly. Look at what Vickerfly said.
Wait, did Paul say he weighs 221? I'm fatter than Paul now. Yeah, Paul's out skinnying you.
Get wrecked.
Voters who said in a poll that he did not have.
I weighed myself fucking today on that digital scale at the doctor's office with the fucking the tear and all that. So fuck yourself. I weigh 221.
That means all your clothes were on when you were doing it too. So you actually probably weigh a little bit less.
Yeah. You want me to get naked? You want me to show? Because I'll show. I'll show the blubber. It's
65% said Biden did not have the cognitive capacity to be president on 6/9/2024, and now it's up to 70.
Fucking not 221. I'm not fucking 221. I'm 321.
Yeah. There you go.
Well, I'm sorry then, Jersey Silva. Fuck you. Okay, fuck you, both of you. I'm still fatter, okay? But I'm catching up, bitch.
You're 420.
I ain't no 4. I mean, I'm 420 right now, yeah, but I'm not 420. I'm 320
pounds, dude.
I'm just wishfully thinking about the twos. How short is Paul? I'm 6'1". 6'1", 321, down from my peak weight this time around of 367. So, lost quite a significant amount of weight over the last 6 months, and I'm going to continue doing that. Still could get naked though. I was
all right.
I'm not a fucking dwarf. See, this is why I get sidetracked. You were reading interesting things, and now I'm being picked apart visually, emotionally, psychologically by this fucking chat that's got this magnifying glass up to me, TJ.
You shouldn't pay so much. You shouldn't pay so much heed to the peanut.
But that's what the show is about, TJ. You
know. I know.
Paying heed to the plebs.
Dropped 420 pounds already.
Yeah, 420 fucking pounds, bro.
No, the chat is your god.
My heaviest was 347. Dude, 347 was a nice fucking weigh, and I think that's what I weighed last time I went to the doctor before this, 3 months ago. At least you're not Boogie's weight. I mean, at least I'm not Boogie's weight, and I am not my weight after beating the surgery, you know? Like, I can't imagine going and getting like that kind of surgery and then just like letting yourself get fat again, bro. Like, the whole point of that surgery is that it's so fucking over the top, like drastic, that it's meant to like force a person to adhere. Because here's the thing. Here's what a lot of people don't know about gastric bypass. And I know it because my first long-term relationship was a chick that had gastric bypass. She was really big in high school. She got the surgery. She got all her loose skin removed and shit. And she was fucking hot. She was all fit, but she was sick all the fucking time. Through our whole relationship, she was sick. She had to take vitamin pills to supplement because her stomach just didn't absorb enough nutrients. And she would constantly want to try and overeat, and then she would puke shit up. And it was horrible. Like, she had horrible acid reflux, or it was like bad, right? And so I want you to understand that when we say like Boogie beat the surgery or Wings of Redemption beat the surgery, or any of these people that you've heard that got gastric bypass that are still fat or fatter than they ever were, right? You have to understand, like, it is painful to overeat when you have that surgery for like years. right? For like at least a year.
Yeah, I mean, that's like the point where you don't just have like no willpower. You have willpower in the other direction.
Right.
Like
No,
you're
it's
determined
exactly
to
that.
get fat at that point.
Yeah.
You have to
Like
you have to
try.
defy yourself to eat at that point. Like
So what people often do is they will learn, oh, here's something like that's more of a like a liquid form. So like they quickly find out, oh, I can't eat a hamburger anymore. Fuck. Because it's all solids and shit, right? Your stomach is like the size of a golf ball now. You're not going to get a hamburger in it. And they'll try, and it literally backs up in their throat, and they have to throw it up, right? So that's how it teaches them. Like, you can't eat that much. You're going to have to eat a quarter of that, if that, of a hamburger. But they'll gravitate to something else like mashed potatoes. And mashed potatoes, being a more spongiform kind of thing, you know, will like fill that golf ball equally. And it'll kind of stretch it a little bit, and they can fit more mashed potatoes in. So they're just like, I'm just going to eat cheese and mac and cheese and mashed potatoes. And they just literally start making, like, eating until they're sick on big bowls of like chili and cheese or whatever, right? Eating until they're just about to throw up, choking it back until that little fucking golf ball stretches enough to let that last couple mouthfuls of chili down. Oh, pain, gas, fucking acid reflux, and that's a year of that to stretch your stomach back out.
Yeah.
A year.
Determination, you know?
Yeah. Ugh. Yeah, you got to be dedicated to being a motherfucking disgusting fat ass at that point to beat that surgery. Because I'm telling you, it is pain and death and horribleness for those people to overeat. Fat people shouldn't be blamed 100%. They are up against multi-billion-dollar food corps. I mean, I'm not like I'm not trying to blame fat people, but dude, when you've literally gotten the most extreme measure we have, you've gotten your stomach stapled out or cut out, and you've got it shaved down to a golf ball, and you've got all these doctors, this like team of doctors that got together to do this incredibly invasive surgery, where oftentimes they not only cut out most of your stomach, but they reroute your colon into your upper intestine to skip a bunch of your fucking digestive tract, so you absorb less nutrients from what you eat. Like, they're literally putting you on a starvation diet with a surgery. And in order to beat that, you have to find stuff, like I said, ice cream, stuff that can be liquidy that will allow you to stretch that stomach out without it rejecting it and you throwing up. And they figure out what it is. For like Wings of Redemption, it was Wendy's chili. You go watch him in the months after his thing. It was like a month after his surgery that they first caught him ordering Wendy's chili on DoorDash. And they were like, dude, what are you doing? He's like, Wendy's chili is good for you. It's got beans. It's got, he's like fucking doing the fucking thing, right? Like, no, it ain't.
It's got beans, dude.
It's got beans. It's got good meat in it. It's got potato. It's got little pieces of cheese. It's got little pieces of bell peppers in there. And it ain't bad for you. And he's eating a tall boy of it, you know? And they're like, dude, your stomach is like a quarter of that. He's like, whatever, man. It's on my diet. I can eat Wendy's chili. And he would drink it too. He would get down to the bottom of that, right? Like 2 months after his surgery, where his stomach was carved down to that. He's like getting down to the bottom, and he didn't want to spend the time it takes to like get those last couple of spoons out. So he just went like, took it down like it was a drink. I've never seen somebody drink chili. This motherfucker couldn't get fat fast enough. He couldn't undo it fast enough.
Does this count as a banter said? Doesn't, no, it counts as a ideology. Quit being stupid.
Just fucking chilling, bro. Yeah, I'm just
All right,
chilling.
I'm gonna head out, Paul.
Buddy, thank you for chilling. It was nice. We'll do this again sometime.
Don't let these fucking chat bastards push you around.
Yeah, that's right. You hear that, chat? Listen to TJ. You bastards. Now, I think I'm going to let you guys go too. I'm kind of done for a while. I kind of want to be outside. So I'm going to wait till the sun goes down and maybe do another one of these later. But I will see you guys some other time. Have a good one. Bye.